Hi guys, my name's James from JLP Models, and today we're going to be looking at S Models 1/72 scale Somua S35 tank. It's a quick build and it's a 1+1, so basically that means you get 2 sprues to make 2 different Somua S35s within the kit. It also comes with some other goodies like photo etch and 2 sheets of nice decals, so you have quite a few different options when it comes to markings of the tank. What we'll look at first is the photo etch. So there, as you can see, it's pretty nice. What you get is the actual name somewhere on these ones, which replicates the cast name that was on the hull of the tank. So that's pretty cool. You also get some different fittings like light covers, covers for the probably the exhaust, and also where the commander could open and close his vision port hatch on the cupola, the top of the tank. So that's nice. And as far as I can tell, there are 5 different sets of 5 different lines of photo etch. Number 1 is not used, but we use 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the instructions. And the instructions are literally right on the back of the kit. You can see how simple it is to put together like that. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, really quick build. What we're going to show you now is the sprue, the actual sprue. So I don't have tiny hands, but you can see it's a pretty small sprue. Parts of it have been slide molded, like the lower part of the hull, as you can see here. The barrel has also been slide molded. There is a very small indent or hole at the tip of the barrel that you can see just there. You're probably going to want to make that deeper, but it's a nice touch, especially in 1/72. And detail-wise, especially if you get up close, personally, I think they've done a really good job when it comes to it. I must say, even looking up close, and obviously, when you're viewing this, generally, you're not going to be putting it right up next to your face anyway. So really nice little details on the main hull. You then have small like the fittings like the shovel, lamps, your exhaust here, the mantlet, etc. On the top of the hull, if it's going to focus for me, let me just fix that. Come on. Okay. So then we have the running gear. Also very nicely molded and detailed, as you can see. Very nicely detailed. If it's going to focus. Like that. Nice running gear. And then you also have your turret. And obviously different stuff like gubbins. Obviously it does come with the little tarpaulin or sheet at the back. You do also get other small things like the side storage. So it's all properly set out, which is very nice. And you get 2 of these sprues inside the kit. I've already started to use the other one to sort of dry fit the hull together, and it actually fits very, very well, as you can see. You don't need to have any putting. It's a seamless fit on each side. I've also taken the wheels off just to see it, as you can see there. Just as I put it in properly, like that. Just fitting nicely together. And now I've gone and buggered it up. Just give me 1 second. There we go. Perfect. So as you can see, we're just one side dry fitted. It's looking pretty good. Now, obviously, with not being glued, it's moving around a lot, but there we go. So I think it's pretty nice. It's looking good right out of the box. So it's going to be a nice, very quick build. The good thing about early war French tanks is that their camouflage schemes are quite intricate and different, bright colors, so you get to have sort of more fun than you normally would when it comes to painting. You also get these 2 decal sheets, as you can see here. They come with a plastic film to protect the top. And that's pretty nice to see the numbers. which is a little bit difficult, but you're getting 12, 65, 28, 20, and then 12 and 7. So those are your options. Also getting on this one 2 different number plates for the tank and the roundels. And on this one, you're getting, once again, I assume cavalry markings, regiment markings for what brigade or whatever they were serving in. So looking pretty nice in total. And I must say, for the price, which I've paid about, I'm living in Asia, so the equivalent in USD would be about $18, $18. It's a pretty fair price in my opinion, especially for including the photo etch and the nice decals, and especially the way the kit is manufactured and what it looks like in hand to me, and the way so far it puts together. I think it's very fairly priced. You also have nice detail on the bottom of the hull, so if you do want to depict this in a scene where maybe it's blown over or whatever, you can. It's not like there's detail lacking in certain areas that you have to hide. So that's pretty nice. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to build one up, put it all together, and let you know what I think of it when I've actually built it, painted. Hey guys, so I've just completed the build. It didn't take me too long. It took me about 2 hours to complete. That includes cleanup and applying photo etch. It took me a little bit longer than I expected it, just because there are quite a few the nubs attaching to the actual parts. And for what I think, there are probably more on certain parts that are necessary. Obviously, they've decided like that. The kit is still super detailed, and if you're careful, it doesn't affect it, but it does take a little bit extra time. One place that it's quite obvious and where it gave me a bit of trouble was the shovel. There are 3 connection points, 2 along the shaft handle and 1 at the shovel head, and I actually broke it into 3 different pieces as I was cutting it off the sprue on accident. So be careful there. You just have to be. I ended up gluing it back together, which wasn't too difficult, but just be aware of that. You also can see the gubbins or the storage on the side, which is very nicely detailed with the leather straps. That will be good when painted in. You can also see the running gear with all the little bolts that's been reproduced very nicely, in my opinion. Then you have obviously molded into the actual texture. You have other tools, a pickaxe and an axe, and what looks to be like a meat cleaver. You have at the back a nicely detailed just accessories, the antenna, the tarpaulin that I assume what is a tarpaulin for the tank, towing hook, lights. The exhaust is very nicely detailed. The Somua cast texture, which is reproduced using photo etch, which I think is quite nice. You then have the engine deck and the exhaust, which also is sort of a bit hard to see in the video, but it does have nice fine texture. So if it's just going to focus for me, there we go. I'm not even sure there if you can really see it. It's very, very faint, part also because I've been sanding it off to get some of those seam lines off, but it is very nice. You can also see the details on the side of the tank, the bolts, which have all been nicely reproduced. You can see one of those nubs that's going to go away once it's primed, but it is visible at the moment. So yeah, the hatches on the side of the tank. And then continuing on to the front where we have some more photo etch, obviously again the Somua, and then light covers. I'm not very good with photo etch, but I did my best. It wasn't too tricky in my opinion, so I would definitely recommend giving it a go, especially because it's quite a big part of the detail, and it does sort of make the tank look better overall. And then moving on to the turret. You can see here, quite nice once again with the detail. More ports, you have that little cupola for the commander at the top. Going around, so once again, same nice little details on the top of that tank. So yeah, it's decent. I mean, I must say, for the price, in my opinion, it is a very good kit, and the detail in the scale, at least for me, is also very, very good. Remembering that this is going to fit easily within the palm of your hand, even the hand of a young teenager, it's a pretty good. Oops, is it gonna focus for me? I think it's pretty decent. Let's zoom out a little bit. There we go. So yes, so can I recommend the kit? I can, for getting 2 different sprues, allowing you to make 2 tanks, and also getting the photo etch and the decals. I think it's a pretty good deal in my opinion. It's not super cheap, but it's not expensive either, at least for what kits are going for now, especially with the detail. And with with what you get, I think it's very fair price, especially if this is a scale that you're interested in. So guys, that's going to be it for the video. If you did like what you saw, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you feel like it. And let me know what I could do better in the future, as this is my first video, you know, what I can improve on. And I have some other things coming up in the pipeline, a Academy, a Tiger review, some trumpeter kits, and also a Dragon aircraft kit. So yeah, thanks a lot guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.